Yo, what's going on YouTube? Crizo here, back at you again with not necessarily a bizarre stream, but a little bit of a recommendation, if I can make. There's been a little bit of controversy surrounding the Bazaar's monetization. It changes like almost like on a monthly, like bi-monthly basis at this point. They've really been trying to figure out how to stand on their own legs, on their own launcher, but they've either submitted or come to the conclusion that launching on Steam is strictly better, for the sake of discoverability, for the sake of accessibility, etc., etc. And with this launch, there's going to be a $45 price tag, I believe, either 45 or $40. And I wanted to say right off the rip that I absolutely recommend this game for $45. It's the best roguelike, deck builder, I guess you could say, that I have ever played. It's a board and then more like tiles than cards, but I digress. It doesn't really matter. And just to give you an idea, I'm like gold 1 right now. I've been playing very casually this month. I hit diamond last month, and I was very close to legend, or whatever the equivalent for legend is in this game. But it's honestly, once you get the hang of like a character, like you have a character down really well. For example, mine's Mac. I love Mac. It's honestly not that hard to hit legend. You just have to be consistently getting 7 wins, which is pretty normal. Here's just some of my stats, just so you can kind of see where I'm at. I have like 125 hours on Mac, and it's in terms of like actual value for hours, if you care about that kind of thing. Like I have like 60 on Dooley, so it's 180. There's another 45 over here, like 225, and then like 40 on Vanessa. But Vanessa, it was mainly me learning the game. That's why my stats with Vanessa are so bad as well. And also generally, I don't really enjoy playing Vanessa as much as I enjoy playing the other heroes, especially Mac. I digress. This game has been eye-opening for me in terms of what a roguelike is capable of. I saw sparks of this when I first played Hearthstone Battlegrounds way back in the day, like 2017, 2016, maybe even 18. I forget exactly when they launched Battlegrounds, but I was a huge enjoyer of that. I just always felt like it was a little too simple, like it didn't have enough going on for what it was. But the concept was amazing. I never played the Dota Auto Battler, and I enjoyed TFT to an extent. I thought TFT from League of Legends was just getting repetitive after a while. Like you just kind of bank on a certain board and you pray you get your 3 star, or you pray you get like an item combination, and you can be kind of consistent playing like that. The Bazaar is not like that at all. And that's the reason why I enjoy playing the Bazaar so much, because you can kind of shoehorn builds a little bit. Like for example, just to give you an example, I actually have a very shoehorned build that I'm trying to do right now. Let this load up. Where you see, I started with this slow mace, or no, I started with the poison mace, and then I got a silver reagent from like day 1, and then I rolled it twice, and it turned into a heavy spider mace. So now I have these 2 maces, which are like perfect enchants. Getting 2 maces on its own is already like a great build start, but I was able to do that, and then I just have like a bunch of random stuff to support it. 3 wins on day 5 is not a lot. But yeah, to steer back to the subject of the monetization for this game. Beforehand, you would have to pay gems or real money to unlock the characters. So on this side, there would be characters: Vanessa, Dooley, Mac, and Pygmalion. And they're releasing a new character, Stella, who you could visit her shop right now in the game. The shop is like where you can buy items from characters depending on their item pool. And so they're charging her. They're charging $20 for her. Excuse me. And for $20, it seems a bit steep, but I promise you, like, just again, if you look at my stats, I think I promise you that it's a good value proposition. The character might suck. I'll admit, like, it might suck. Um, but every character for me, I'm getting at least like 40 hours out of. Look at my lowest played character, Vanessa. 40 hours out of. If you end up enjoying this game, this will also kind of be like an introductory review of the game for people that are like kind of trying to get into it. And now you're seeing it's launching on Steam, so maybe you want to check it out before Wednesday. I absolutely think it's worth it to check this game out right now before it launches on Steam, because you get like all the characters for free, I believe, and you just have to play off the launcher, which isn't that big a deal for me. Like, I don't mind playing off the launcher instead of playing off of the Steam launcher. So, and like, it's kind of a crazy bargain deal. And I think Raynad said something controversial about how he sees it, but I necessarily agree with him. He said, like, if you want to play like a cheap free roguelike, there's like a lot of options. There's a lot of good old options too. Like Slay the Spire. I'm not sure how much it is anymore. Maybe it's like $30-$20, but that's like my one of my all-time favorite roguelikes as well, and that one's a little cheaper than this one. And I like the Bazaar more than I like that one. So I'm all about like paying for a quality product, and I think it shows. It's a little egotistical or whatever, like, who cares, but he's absolutely correct, like, in saying that this is the best roguelike on the market. If you enjoy paying your full attention and having your full capacity glued to one game, like, you're not like playing two different games at the same time, like, if you enjoy that kind of concentration, the Bazaar is absolutely for you. It's so fulfilling. It's so like full of joy for me to get like a good consistent build, or getting like a crazy build that I've never gotten before. I have a couple clips on the channel you could check out if you want to see some of the crazier loops that I've done. And so I think the gem system that was used before for the sake of buying characters, buying card packs ahead of time. I'm pretty far in the battle pass. Now you'll be using them strictly for cosmetics, which I kind of like the idea of. Another big part of the monetization change that I am a huge fan of is now these expansion packs that characters would get during the season. Like, two characters every season would get like an expansion pack each, and they usually had like this number of cards, and it's just a way to spice up their gameplay. Make the item pool a little more saturated. And I didn't think it was that bad. This month, actually, they made a huge change where you get so much XP from Battle Pass and quests, even if you don't have the subscription, that you can unlock like the Vanessa pack pretty fast. Like, I got, granted, I had the subscription, but I got the Pygmalion one. Let's see where it is. Was it not 15? Maybe it's 10 now. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I got this Pygmalion, and before it was at 15, now it's 10. Pack like in a day or 2 days just from doing my dailies. Normally that was like a week-long endeavor or a couple-day endeavor. So this battle pass was the most generous one they ever had, and now I think they're being even more generous by just removing the card packs from the battle pass, and now everybody, like, if you own that character, you get the new cards. So it doesn't matter, like, everybody gets the new cards. I think that's super fair, and I think it's a better way to balance the game, because there's been a lot of controversy around that, calling it pay to win, and I think the pay to win allegations are going to completely disappear with the Steam launch. Now, the Stell character is more than likely going to be completely busted when it releases. This game has a tendency to, like, when those new expansion packs do drop, it has a tendency to like have those cards be extremely overtuned. Like Mac last month, people were saying that the relics were a little underwhelming, but that was only after the fact that they nerfed the absolute god out of Freeze Mac. Freeze Mac was perma freezing boards with very, very little effort. I think they nerfed the Pygmalion pack this month, like a day or two in, maybe even before it launched. I know the Vanessa pack on there. I can't really think of a pack since I started playing that hasn't seen some kind of changes. The Dooley Dinosaurs was one of the most like brain dead and consistent builds that you can make. Like, you would just kind of keep a dinosaur or a tanky inky in your stash in case you got another dinosaur, and then you just fully commit dinosaurs. You go dinosaur core for a little while and then sell it later. And that build was absolutely brain dead, and for a whole month they just let it ride, and they didn't fix it until next month. And I always thought that was a little suspect. I was like, like, after the pack becomes free, all the cards in that pack, or at least like all of the synergy for that pack, like the value is greatly reduced, or the power, and that just won't be a issue anymore. Now, even people playing for the first time in their whole lives, they're gonna get every single card as soon as it drops. So nerf or no nerf, they're gonna have uh, access to it just like everyone else is, regardless of if they paid or not. And I think that's an amazing change. For me, that was the biggest discrepancy in this game. That's the biggest thing that was like controversial. And now, like, paying $20 for a character, I think that's a huge value add. Like, I've been paying the subscription here and there just because since I haven't been playing as much, I really wanted to get more gems up, more chests. And oh, another thing, speaking of gems, that people are mad about is that you used to, well, now you used to, right? But I think it's still the case as of today, recording this video on a Sunday. You're able to buy characters with gems, so you can completely free to play get all the characters, and it's not an issue. And I think now that they're launching on Steam, if you have a Bazaar account on Tempo Storm, I think you get all the characters for free, except Stell. I think that's how it's gonna work. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, I just don't see the issue with having Stell at $20. I really don't. And some people are gonna get mad, like, well, the game is already $45, and I'm gonna pay another $20 for the character. Yes, but when you buy the game, you get 3 free characters. You get Vanessa, Pygmalion, and Dooley, I believe, and then Mac you might have to buy with $20. I'm not sure honestly how that's gonna work out with Mac, which I think is also very much worth it. You could tell, like, every character is like their own roguelike, if that makes sense. It's absolutely incredible. Of course, you have to be familiar with the mechanics and the shops and which merchants can spawn on which day to like kind of gauge your range of possibilities, and like you can kind of have a better scope of what's more reasonable a choice to gamble for than like not, or what's like a surefire way to get power. But irregardless of this, I still think every single character has so much depth. Like, you have to practice a character for a long time before you can truly start climbing the ranks with them, right? At least past like silver. I think getting to silver is super easy, and then after, the game makes you get like 6 or 7 wins consistently, which might be after gold actually. That's when the difficulty curve picks up a little bit. Like, you see a little bit of the better players playing in diamond especially, and it also just kind of takes like a long time to get to diamond, at least for somebody like me, where like I'll do my daily, like close to the end of the month. I'll start getting like closer to diamond, or I'll be diamond for like a week or two or a week and a half before the season's over. This month, like, you could see I have like what 3 days left, and I'm still gold 1. But I've been a little bit of a slump with this game as lately as well. But yeah, I just wanted to really give my opinion on the whole new monetization style, the Steam launch. I am super excited because I think so many more people are gonna get a chance to discover this game and play it, and I think they should. Like I mentioned, I think this is the best roguelike on the market, and roguelikes are like kind of my favorite genre of games right now. Like I grew up playing Isaac and etc. And I love card games as well. Like, I always go ham on card games whenever I like it, and whenever it doesn't, I charge out the ass just to make like a deck. Like TCGs. I hate TCGs. I like OCGs though. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts that I had. Thank you for listening. If you've come this far, I'm gonna stream pretty regularly. I try to get like 4 or 5 streams in a week. I'm working on getting a schedule together that's gonna work for me. And yeah, thank you again for your time. Go play some Mac, go subscribe, like, and I'll catch you guys on Steam in the Bazaar.